Okay, this is the lesson on Charley James, and we're in standard tuning. And it's in the key of E. And on the performance video I'll play the song with a capo on the 2nd fret because that is easier for my voice, but for ease of learning we'll do without the capo. You might want to experiment with the capo because you're going rather low. The voice follows the guitar, and this is the lowest note you have to sing. So if you can't get there, you'll have to use a capo to adapt that note to your voice. We'll deal with that later when I explain the verse and sing a little bit so you know where the words fit. Okay, I'm gonna play now the introduction, which is a 12-bar blues, and the verse is only a 7-bar blues. So this song is not really a blues when it comes to classic blues construction, a verse construction of 3 lines, but it has only 2 lines. Some people call it then a pre-blues. Okay. So we're starting with a slide to the 4th fret, and you can use a partial D7 shape for that. And notice that the bass in this song is really muffled, so you have to place your palm of the hand on, well, it's a mixture of bridge and strings. You have to, every hand is of course different, you have to experiment with that. Some people will have to play it more like this or more like that. Also your preference for sound, of course, but it sounds best with a muffled bass. This is unmuffled. Doesn't sound great with a bass open like that. And you can, when you hit the strings, you can hit more than one string. Doesn't matter. Yeah. If you even played it very clean, just one string, it sounds a bit too thin sometimes. So in this style you can really thump away. And then we have a we're sliding with the 3rd finger, which is the easiest finger to do this, because afterwards we're going to A chord with only the 2nd string, 2nd fret, and the 4th string, 2nd fret fingered. And we're changing the bass, we're going to the A now. And then we're changing bass again, back to the 6th string. Alright, that section from the 2nd line of the tab. You notice that I held the A chord for those 2 measures. And if you do that, you have to do that, I think, your bass will sound, because the 4th string is fretted, will sound okay if you really thump away. Because if you do it open, it might sound sometimes not great. Anyway. So, we're in the 3rd line of the tab. And here we have a, you see in the tab there is a TR written, it means a trill. So you do like that. It's a hammer, it's repeated hammer. And a little bend there. And then we switch to the B7. And you see, you were grabbing the B7 chords, 3rd string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 1st fret, and 5th string, 2nd fret. That's all we need for this chord. And we're sliding up to the 4th fret. So I'm doing that, the 4th line of the tab. And then you grab that chord, which is a D7, E7 chord, D7 shape. But usually we take it like this or like this. So I do that with the 2nd and the 3rd finger, because you're sliding with that 3rd finger from the B7 chords. Okay, back to that 4th line of the tab, the B7 chord. Alright, that wasn't too difficult. Repeats that triplet over there. And at the end of the 4th line, we're back in the E chord. Simple, take our E chord. Here, the 2nd half of that last bar, the verse starts, so to speak. And I'm going to play the verse now. So we're starting at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line of the tab. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to play it with vocals. Just, I'm not going to sing very hard, but you'll notice where the words fit. If you see Charley James coming down the road, will you please don't tell him which way. Now, back to the beginning of the verse. I will play that with the tab. And here I'm using my 2nd finger to play that 1st string 2nd note, because I want it to ring into the next beat. And if you do that with another finger, you'll have to, if you do that for example with your pinky, then you have, the sound stops, or you have a little pull off involuntarily. So I use my 2nd finger. I lift it when I play that bend. But it just rings a little bit longer, and I think that's the little bit you need to make it beautiful. And we're sliding into that A chord. And I'm using that same position A like before, and I'm adding my index to the 3rd string 2nd fret. That's a pull off with a pinky. And then we go to the B7 chord. And here we're doing something strange, because Mance really thumps away the open E6 6th string, which E, and the E doesn't belong to the B7 chord, but nevertheless he gets away with it. And if you'll have to muffle it really, damp it really cool. There you have that that trill again. Now there is one, well, let's say the verse is played more or less the same every time we sing it, except in the 6th measure. There we have a melody note on the 3rd beat. I sometimes play it on the 2nd beat, and then it sounds like... Sorry, start it again. Instead of... So I'm playing that open E string, the 1st string, a beat earlier, so to speak. It belongs then to the 2nd beat instead of the 3rd beat. Now, I gave you the lyrics, they are in the video description, or with the email and the tab. I'm not sure about that, which I will do, but in every case you'll have the lyrics. Well, the lyrics I sing, because there are different lyrics, because the song has many versions, and although not by my Mance Lipscomb, but other people sang it. Anyway, the first 2 verses, I would say they are a bit longer than all the other verses, and I will demonstrate that. If you see Charley James coming down the road, will you please don't tell which way you see him go? And it's that you see him go, which you play behind that riff in the 7th beat, in 7th measure, and only the first 2 verses use that, because starting from the 3rd verse, had a whole lot of money one day, and the next day I didn't have a dime. And you see, there's no vocals there. So that's something to watch out for. Now, the interesting thing about this song is that you can play a lot of different solos, especially the first couple bars. And I wrote out one, and in the performance video I did a few other things. But here you can use your own imagination. But I suggest you learn the basic arrangement first, and when you have that in your fingers, you will feel and you will know where to put other notes and to do it your way, which I hope you will do. Okay, here's in the tab, the 2nd page, the solo. Starting from bar 4, it's the same as the verse accompaniment. Then what I did was, and then etc. So you see, it's a little variation. Instead of that, we're playing. And here you can do different things. For example, which you can do is play exactly the same thing twice, but ending the first time with the E chord and the 2nd time with the A chord. So, for example, that was not exactly what I meant, but you can play around with these things. And one variation which also is used in the vocal line, and just one note difference. Instead of playing an A on the 2nd fret 3rd string, he plays an A on the 5th fret. And that is transcribed in the 3rd line of the 2nd page. And the rest is the same. So, and he uses it, and I did it too, in the vocal line. Look down the road, just as far as I. So you have to, your vocals have to follow that higher note, and it's a nice variation. And also the slide then to the A chord is with a bar. Okay, then I used a couple different endings. Mance Lipscomb didn't do that, but I just added for, let's say, dramatic effect, which you can find in the tab, the 4th line. And I'll play it in context with a full verse. Etc. So what I did was bend the 3rd string and the open 2nd string. And here you can do different things. For example, which is in the tab. But you can also play it as 1. Hammer on and pull off. 2 pull offs. And another variation instead of then is bar 7, and it's the 5th line of the tab. And notice that I'm sliding that partial D7 chord to the 4th fret, and then the 3rd beat, that 2nd string 3rd fret, is played very softly. Etc. Now the end tag is a variation of that. I'll play it also in context. So, slowly. And you wait a little bit and then freely. This is some kind of E7 chord, and what you do is you simply move your 3rd finger to the 2nd fret, 1st string, and then it'll be okay. So you wait till you play that 2nd fret, 4th string. When you're starting that arpeggio, you change the position. Notice also that when I play it, there are little variations in how I play the bass. Accent. When there's not much happening, and in this case there's nothing happening for the melody, I tend to accent the bass just to add some variation. Here again. Also a rhythmic variation, and well, it's too difficult even to transcribe that. I think when you are really able to do the basic arrangements, just try to do different rhythmic things with your right hand. There's no law against it to do that, so just try it. I'll play it one more time. Also know that it's really, you can play this really dirty. It's not really one string you're hitting, but sometimes you hit 2 or 3 strings, and it has to be of control, some form of control, of course, but you can really dig in the strings for this song. Okay, have fun with this song, and well, I had fun, and that's the important thing. Okay, maybe till the next lesson. Bye-bye.